Today I'm going to show you how to turn your evidence from your evidence tracker into InSync so you can complete your focus question task 1. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to our 1217/1218 slides, which can be found under ELA classwork. So you're going to go there and you will locate your slides. On slide 16 you will see an evidence tracker, which we've been working on. In slide 16 there's a quote bank that you're going to use to fill in your evidence. So you will choose the quotes from the quote bank. If you click that, you'll choose one purple piece of evidence and you will choose one green piece of evidence. So that is what we use to fill in our evidence tracker. I've already filled mine in, so it's going to be very easy for me to show you how to turn in your complete filled in evidence tracker to a paragraph. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to go to slide 17. We have a topic sentence already written for us, but some of you, it may be have a blank line, so I want to make sure that everybody has the same topic sentence. So ours says, the comedy routine Who's on First by Abbott and Costello uses wordplay to create confusion and humor by using question words as names. So if yours just has the blank here after by, make sure you fill it in with this part using question words as names so that everyone has the same topic sentence and we're all on the same page. The next thing that you're going to do is you are going to add a slide. And when you add a slide, you're going to click up here where it has this plus, but you're going to click the little caret, the upside down triangle, and you're going to insert a slide that has a title and a body. You don't need the title, so feel free to click on the title and delete it just to move it out of the way. And you can also kind of click on the body part and just kind of increase it because you will need this whole entire space. So the first thing that we need in our paragraph, according to our 2-seek model, which can be found on slide 13, is our topic statement. And since we already have that, we're just going to simply come here and copy and paste that. Control C, or you can right click and click copy as well. We're going to do both just for good measure. I'm going to come back to my slide that's blank and I'm going to paste that in. And we see already the beginnings of a beautiful looking paragraph here. According to our 2-seek model, the next thing that we need is our evidence, which can be found in our evidence tracker. So I'm going to put our first piece of evidence. Because when we copied it, it's black. It's going to show up black on the other slide. Remember, copy and paste. But before I do that, I need to make sure that I put in who says it, because without that, it's just going to be a quote that's just floating. We don't want to have a dangling quote. So I go back to my evidence tracker and I see, or my quote bank, excuse me, and I see that Abbott said the quote that I'm putting. So I'm going to put Abbott says, and then I'm going to paste my quote. Oops. Abbott says, and then I'm going to paste my quote. Okay. Don't worry about it looking different. I'll show you how to reformat it so that it all looks the same. The next thing I know that I need, according to my 2-seek model, is my elaboration. So evidence elaboration. So I'm going to come here, copy, Control C, or copy, right click and copy. And I'm going to come to my paragraph and I'm going to paste it, Control V. Now, don't worry if it looks a little weird. All you have to do to get it on the same line is backspace. And just keep backspacing until you get to right when the two words are close together. Space it out. You may have to make the W lowercase or whatever your word was. So this is our elaboration number 1. Okay. Now we are using 2 pieces of evidence in our paragraph. So before we add in our concluding sentence, we do need to go back and add in our second piece of evidence. But this is a longer piece. So we're not going to paste or copy all of these lines into our slide. So what we're going to do is we see that this is lines 113 to lines 118. So the green pieces of evidence, you're just going to say what lines. And you'll see on your evidence tracker, I do have a note there that says, let me just click on that. It says, for this quote in your paragraph, you need to paraphrase or describe in your own words what happens. So say in lines 100 to 107, don't copy and paste the whole thing. That's what I meant by that little note there. So some of you were wondering about that. So we used lines 113 to 118. So I'm going to say in lines 113 to 118. And then I'm going to paraphrase what happens. So in this scene, Costello asks Abbott if he has a picture, and he asks what the pitcher's name is. Costello asks Abbott about the team's pitcher and what his name is. Abbott responds, tomorrow. Okay? And then I'm going to put, and that's just me paraphrasing what happened. Then I'm going to add in my elaboration. Copied it, and now I pasted it. And of course, all we need to do is backspace to get it looking right. Okay. Now, the last thing that we need is a concluding sentence. And our concluding sentence basically just wraps everything up. And when you use a concluding sentence, you can restate your topic sentence in a different way. You can say the comedy routine, you can restate it this from this sentence, or you can say who's on first uses wordplay to create confusion and humor by using question words as names. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to say who's on first creates confusion and humor by using question words as names. Abbott and Costello are both confused about what the other one is talking about because of the way they are communicating to each other. This is why communication is so important. Now, you don't need all of that extra stuff. I just did that just for good measure. All right, so now I have my paragraph, but you can see, as you can tell, it looks a little funky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the whole entire thing. I'm going to choose a font, any kind of font. I'm just going to choose the most recent one that I have. I'm going to make it all overlock. So now you can see everything kind of switches. I'm going to also change the font size. I'm not just going to press plus and minus because it's just going to make it bigger or smaller. I want to make it all the same size. So I'm going to make it about 14. Okay. Everything's 14, everything's the same. And then I'm also going to go here to the text color A, and I'm going to make everything black. Okay, everything black. So now my whole entire paragraph looks the same. Everything looks good. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it. Well, I'm just going to copy it for now. So you have your paragraph copied, and if you did not do it on a slideshow, you can do it on a document, you can do it on a Google Doc. It's the same kind of process either way, but I just figured you didn't want to have to open up document after document. So you will go to Clever and you're going to log into InSync to write your FQT1. So when you log into Clever, you'll see Great Minds in Sync. And once you get to Great Minds in Sync, you will see your focus question task pop up. It is the Module 2 Assessment 3 Focus Question Task 1. And it is the first thing you'll see it pop up, and it's blue. So it's the first blue thing that you'll see pop up. I just posted it. It is now live. So I'm going to show you a student view just to show you what you do. You'll see the purpose, the task. Make sure you're under Module 2, Assessment 3, Focus Question Task 1 before you do it. And I'll come here and I will Control V or right click and paste my entire paragraph here. And then I'm going to click Finish, or I think on your side it'll say Review. And then once you click Review or Finish, it'll say all questions have been attempted. Do you want to submit the assessment now? You will submit it, click yes, and you'll be done. Okay, so that is how you submit the focus question task 1. Once you do that, you are good to go. You can turn in your slides from the 17th. You can just click submit on those. And I hope that you all have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. Merry Christmas. And you may see me even sooner than you think.